Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. But so before I started, I need to cut that little thing on my hat. So before I started, little speck, I was thinking like, I've been really recognizing patterns lately. There may be like a pattern that you're being called to recognize so that you can change it, right? Awareness is key. And I was like recognizing like the people that I am attracted to, I don't even know if that I'm attracted to them. I think there's a comfortability about them because it is similar to my childhood. Like, I tend to attract unavailable people who want to control who I am, who are intimidated by my growth, who are intimidated by my spirituality, who just want to control my creativity or siphon my energy, right? And not saying like, I don't think my parents did this consciously. I think they like have lived a lot of their lives unconsciously within their wounds, right? Which I have too because I watched them. So I was like, yeah. But so like the pattern is like jumping into things quickly or just like falling in love with unavailable people, right? Something that makes you feel bound. Right? So I was playing around, that's what flipped out. And I think you're being called to let go of something that like that blinds you, right? Right. And get into your like self-mastery, like mastering your mind. I don't think you're being called to like, I think you are being called to be this confident queen/king. But I don't think you're being called. I think you're really being called to like sit with yourself when you feel these emotions, right? When you meet someone new, right? I do also feel like you're being called to like play with your magic. Just like recognize you are magical and just like play with it. Maybe you're being called to like light language with your hands or just speaking light language. I'm not really comfortable speaking it just yet. Like I have been. But yeah. I heard you're building a bridge to your heart, right? You are. You're either coming out of hermit mode or you're being called to stay in hermit mode. One of the two. But you are being called to be alone, I think. Like, don't jump into things so quickly because you're trying to avoid yourself. Oh, and like the other pattern is like unavailable people that are unavailable emotionally. They're not connected to their self, to source at all most of the time. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in love. You know what I mean? Like that's when I'm attracted to people because like, yeah. And there's like a lot of envy as well. Like people that like, yeah, they're jealous, right? And they can't admit that, but like you can feel their jealousy, you can feel your envy. And at first you're like, oh, this is an off feeling. I don't know if I'm just tripping or what. But yeah, and these people are jealous of your like your light, your dreams, your knowledge, the fact that you're chasing your dreams, the fact that you know what you know, right? And so like you might attract. What's getting me in these is the star, see, and how they're both like right there. Like you're meant to chase your dreams. You're meant to inspire others to do the same. And it's hard when you're like chasing someone else, right? And so I think you're being called to find what makes you happy, not who, right? Because you have to be happy and fine all on your own, right? And I think you're just being called to like cherish being by yourself. See how there's this one ace? Cherish being by yourself and really like enjoy this time. Right? As well as like nourish your soul, right? That's what, and then like your community, your people in place are going to find you, right? And then I also heard it, if you build it, they will come. So you are being called to like put yourself out there. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your dreams. Just like get into your heart space and let it lead you because it will. It'll lead you to your happy place, right? But see how she's sitting all by herself, right? Once you get comfortable once you get comfortable being all by yourself, that's when this community is going to come in, right? No forcing needed. Yeah, and it's time you just cherish you cherish yourself the way these other people couldn't because they don't love themselves and they can't cherish you, right? Yeah, someone tried to like put you in competition, make you feel like you were being juggled so that you would chase them. It was a chess move, right? But then spirit led you on the flow you were meant to go, is what I heard. Spirit led you to like chase your passions, right? To make plans. And spirit also was like, hey, you got ships coming in, but they can't come in while you're attached to this energy that just wants to siphon from you. It's not going to come in. So you're like, all right, I better plant seeds and get the fuck out of here. I better plant me some flowers and get the fuck out of here. Or start like nourishing yourself. Start watering yourself. You know, let yourself grow. Because I think you were holding yourself back from like this cycle closing because you were like wanting this person to grow with you, right? You were wanting to be this confident person while you were with this person, these people, and maybe multiple. I feel like it's a pattern, right? Because that's what keeps coming up. Yeah, like a pattern of lusty energy and of like people burdening you or placing all of their burdens onto you, right? So spirit was like, no, bro, you can't stay balanced with people that are trying to keep you in poverty, that are trying to keep you low. You have to go. Yeah, because then like you're going to have big, beautiful, bright blessings come in. But like while you're attached to these energies, spirit won't let it come in, you know? And I heard like a lot of times we have contracts with these people, right? For both of our highest health, for both of our highest growth, right? We have contracts with these people so that we can bring the tower down in their life. We can be like, hey, something needs to change, right? And they don't, you know, sometimes we got to bring that tower down and show people like, yeah, I see you. I see you trying to be shady. I see you trying to shoot me. I see you. And then people gotta recognize like, yeah, they're not like safe from their own actions, right? Like you can't confidently come against someone, right, that's done nothing to you without like getting a cosmic titty from the universe, right? Yeah, and you're building legacies. You're transforming this pain into a legacy, into love, right? Yeah, and you be sending these people so much good energy. You know what happens when you do that? You know what happens when you do that? When you, instead of like, I heard soaking, but I meant to say sulking, right? Instead of like soaking in these people's energy and all the negativity they keep trying to send you and the fact that they can't love you, right? You nourish yourself. You nourish them. You send them love. You're like, hey man, everybody deserves growth. Everybody deserves love. Right? And you continue to sing your own song anyways. You may be like a beginner at singing, or you're just allowing yourself to sing, or I heard light language. You're just allowing yourself to, that's funny because the devil fell out, to let go of these things and like really begin to embody things that nourish you, that make your soul feel good. I don't know why I was picking those up, but it's fine. So yeah, I guess that's a long one. All right. Yeah, X marks the spot. You are chasing your goals, bro. And you see yourself clearly and you call judgment on your bad habits. Now you're like, hey, I'm going to meditate every day. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do breath work. You know, you're nourishing your soul, but you're also letting yourself be a beginner. And it's, bro, from you transmuting all this pain, this heartbreak, you're going to have a lot to celebrate about. You're going to have you to celebrate. And Spirit's really proud of you. Okay. An oracle. We've got fruition and realization of dreams. You are coming into this beautiful fruition, right? Of all of your seeds planted. They growing, bro. A divine grace. Dude, for you, like, not only forgiving yourself, but forgiving other people and continuously giving those people grace. Actually, grace has been a buzzword. Like, it keeps popping in my head lately. And you having patience with yourself. I heard and source. Like, maybe you're learning to be more patient rather than like, I want it now. And just like, know that everything comes in divine timing, right? And then we've got mental force. It takes a lot of mental force to do that. But I feel like you're mastering your mind All right, guys, I hope this helps.